What up, guys?
Hello, everybody.
How's everyone doing out there?
How's it going?
Yo, what up, Fred Exotic?
Good. What's up, Fred?
Awesome. Thanks. That went pretty good.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
howdy,
definitely
chef.
an interesting social experience, right? Like there's no feedback. There's
Awesome.
the dead time feels really
What up,
painful.
everybody?
Hello, hello.
We have someone asking about a social experience out there. They're about to get it. Awesome. Well, welcome to our steak frites class. We thought it'd be super cool. Honestly, 3 days ago, I had a dream that we had to find an a cappella group and bring it to this Sunday class. And so we found an incredible group called Business Casual. And so they're going to be helping us do a little performance throughout this. They just slayed it with no diggity. So that was awesome. And we'll bring them out for a couple other things. And at the very end of this, they will play a couple songs for you guys. So we thought, what better to pair with steak frites than some a cappella music.
Love it.
What up, Leslie?
Chef Danny's theme song while wrestling in high school.
Was Brick House.
Was Brick House?
There you go, Chef.
Nice.
Of course it was. That's incredible.
I love it.
We got some cattle bandits over here. What up, guys?
Whoa. Nice stash.
Awesome. So, Tal, you want to tell us a little bit about this recipe this week?
Yeah, definitely. So I know so many of you have joined us before, but for those who don't know, my name is Tyler. This is Jason. We are Truffle Shuffle. We started doing these cooking classes when COVID-19 hit. We had to pivot our business. And so we've been doing them every single week. We get to see some of you every single week, which we love. And we change the recipes every single week. So we both met while working at a restaurant called the French Laundry out here in Napa. And now we get to do these cooking classes with you guys every single week. So very exciting. We're doing steak frites, which is one of my personal all-time favorite dishes. I grew up in Maine, and my chef back home, he used to do steak frites special every single Sunday during the summertime. And that was the first time I was introduced to truffles, because we used to fry the fries and then put a little truffle oil. And so I always associate that roasted steak with those fries. That was my first ever association with truffles. So many times we used to do it with caramelized onions. So we're bringing the same exact recipe that P. Morency taught me at Pier 77 and get to share it with you guys.
And when you do it like that, when the fries are straight out of the fryer and you hit it with that truffle oil, they just, that aroma just blasts the whole kitchen.
Yeah, they light up. And so we're going to mimic that, but we're going to make oven fries, which I don't know if you guys have ever really tried making oven fries before. Honestly, when done correctly, they're unbelievably delicious. When you got the right potato, the right temperature, the right amount of fat on that potato, right? They get wicked crispy. And then we're going to chop up some of this carpaccio to truffleize them. So it's going to be super good.
Should be awesome. So with all these cooking classes we've done, we tallied it up the other day, right? And we've cooked with about 75,000 people, right? Since March. So it's unbelievable. So thank you guys so much. And with that, we got a couple of best practices for success. One of which is video on, mute on. And so we got a bunch of people on here. Denise, we got Leslie's Eyes Clone, we got the Heck family.
Oh yeah.
We got the
Sharon,
Wenners, Susan Wade, Bill, Michael. You guys want to go ahead, kick that video on.
Gail Nagy.
Let's get that video on out there. And video on and then mute on, okay? And so as we're doing this, we're actually watching you guys cook. So I'm scrolling through, right? I can see Fred Exotic as a little sous chef there, right? I can see Chef Charlene that has on the red best chef's hat on today.
What up, Chef Charlene?
Right, I can see the Wenners have some sort of dog costume watching on today.
As a dog or Totoro?
What is up, guys? They are ready for some steak. I can see
That's my
Peter
slot.
over here. What is up, Peter?
Hey there, Peter.
And so with that, we're watching you guys cook, and it helps us get a good pace of how the class is going, right? And then if you have any questions, okay, while you're muted, if you have any questions, throw them into the chat. We're watching the chat. And then if we can't get to it, we actually have our sous chef, Rachel, who will help answer that question if we can't get to it. And so let's go ahead, hit up that chat, okay? Tell us, where are you cooking from? So hit where it says chat. I'm over here. We are over here in Oakland, California.
We got Port Tobacco, Maryland over here.
Nice. Austin, Texas.
Austin. Sarasota.
Georgia. Sacktown. Awesome.
Ledgewood,
Virginia.
Dallas.
Look at that. It's so cool. Everyone is from all over the country. And we get to come together every Sunday and make some of the most fantastic dishes possible.
Lando Lakes.
Nice. I didn't even know that was a real place.
Me too. I know the butter.
We got Angela, Joey, Chef Aubrey Grace from Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. And so if you guys want to, follow us on Instagram and watch our story this week. We're moving into a almost 10,000 square foot facility this week. So it's pretty cool. It's a little crazy. We just had 2 shipping containers dropped, right? And so we had 2 10x10 shipping containers dropped they're supposed to be offices, right? We told them we were doing construction. And so they dropped these 2 10x10 shipping containers that are supposed to be offices. And then they dropped them. And then me and Sarah went in and we're building a fake wall. Right. And so we're going to Sarah built the fake wall. I did not. She did the fake wall. Okay. She's been doing a great job with it. And so she looked at me when I said that. So Sarah did that part. And so it's pretty cool. If you'll watch our story, we're taking these things and we're making little studio kitchens. That way for the holidays, we can do as many of these classes for holiday parties as possible. So check that out. And with that, we're going to start up this recipe. And as we're doing this, we're going to check in with you guys, right? We're going to check in with you guys by utilizing the thumbs up. And so if you're ready to move to the next step, if you're ready to get this recipe started, give us that thumbs up out there.
Nice.
We got Jennifer up there. Can we see some thumbs up?
There you go, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah. We got Teresa Allison down there.
What up, Teresa?
We got Gwen Murphy in the house.
Nice apron.
Gwen. Nice apron. Awesome.
Nice. So if you open up that kit that all you got and bust out that recipe, we call that the roadmap to success.
Fact.
Right? And so we break down these recipes and that way we can teach these classes exactly the way like we would teach the chefs in the kitchen at the restaurant. And so we start with what we call our mise en place, right? Which is all the equipment you're going to need, is all the ingredients you're going to need, right? And so just to go through our mise en place real quick, first of all, you will need a cutting board, which we have over here.
Very nice cutting board.
Beautiful cutting board.
We have the Cattle Bandits up here. They love that board cam.
They pray to the board cam.
They love that board cam.
After that, you will need a large saute pan.
Oh.
Well, boom. Like that. Beautiful.
Once you guys get that saute pan, give us a little saute pan twirl.
Yeah, give it the saute twirl.
Saute pan twirl. Look at Tammy. Tammy's nailing that twirl out there. There you go, Tammy. We got Kendra Siegel out there. Let's see that twirl.
Nice.
And you guys are very good at this. We got Chef Kim Cohey over there. We got Janet's iPad in the house.
There you go, Janet.
There you go, Janet. Nice, guys. Perfect.
Nice.
And so what do you think about for this recipe? Is cast iron, will cast iron work?
You can use cast iron. I wouldn't necessarily 100% recommend it because we're going to be making the caramelized onion marmalade in the cast iron pan. And with that, we're going to add the vinegar and honey mixture, which tends to deglaze the pan, right? Which we can remove some of that patina that you have on the cast iron pan. But if you want to rock cast iron, feel free. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We're going to use stainless over here, but you can use, I saw some nonstick there too. That'll work perfectly fine. There you go, Leslie. Yeah, beautiful pan. Stunning. All right, after that, we will need a mixing bowl.
Well,
Nice. We'll use that for mixing purposes. We will also need a knife, like this. Right?
have you guys ever tried to use a mixing plate?
There you go.
It doesn't work. You need those sides.
And
What else we
then-
got on this list?
We need a little pan spray, which we already went ahead and sprayed up our sheet trays. Right? But basically, if you have pan spray, like Chef Danny down here, there you go, Danny. That is some beautiful pan spray over there, Chef.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Incredible. So if you have pan spray, you can use it. If you don't have pan spray, just take a little olive oil or canola oil or something and a paper towel and just rub it over the aluminum foil. Basically, you want that thin layer of fat, right? Because when we cook these fries, it's important that the aluminum has fat in between the fry and the aluminum. So we will also need 2 small bowls. Beautiful. That'll be for holding some of our mise en place. Nice. Jason, unbelievable mise en place model. We need some tongs as well. Look at those. Wow. And then we will need a plate, which we currently have our steak tempering on.
Nope.
That is another plate. Beautiful.
Look at that. Good sized plate here, okay?
That's a beautiful plate. Nice. And then that other plate, we just have that for tempering our beef. So if you haven't gone ahead and removed the beef from the packaging, right, you want to take a second, remove that beef from the packaging, right, dab it dry with paper towels, and then just let it hang out on a plate and start tempering, okay? So we have our flat irons over here tempering up. And then we will also need 2 sheet trays lined with aluminum foil. Oh, yeah. Boom. We need some paper towels. And again, that's just for dabbing off that beef. And then last but not least, you will need a large spoon, right? Because we need to baste up this beef.
We're going to need a big one.
We're going to need a big spoon.
So what you guys want to do for this is go to your spoon drawer, right? And there should be a nice big spoon that speaks to you.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you guys see the size difference here, okay? You want the big one. Charlie, that's a nice size spoon you got over there.
Beautiful spoon, Charlene.
Look at that.
Wow,
Oh,
Michael,
look.
the dog and the spoon.
Team Hauser over there. We got a spoon fight going on over here.
Wait a second. There's a spoon war. Wood versus metal. It's a tough one.
We got the owner's iPad over here. What is up, guys?
Hello, owner's iPad.
Awesome.
Nice. And so, Susan, if you have a choice between stainless and nonstick, I would go with the stainless. But again, if you have nonstick, this recipe will work perfectly fine, okay?
Yeah.
So that is all the mise en place that we need. Next, we will go into our ingredient, right? Which the first ingredient are these 2 beautiful flat iron steaks, which if any of you have not had flat iron before, it is one of the best cuts of meat. We use it all the time at the restaurant. It's actually cut from the shoulder, right? Which normally you think of the shoulder of a cow or any animal to be a tougher cut, right? But they actually cut it right off the shoulder blade, and it's in a spot where it doesn't really get a ton of weight bearing on it. So it's not a tough piece of meat. It's very tender, but has a ton of flavor. So flat iron, one of the best cuts of steak out there. Okay. And these are beautiful American Wagyu beef that we have.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so-
If you guys have those steaks out, tempering, and dabbed off, let's go ahead. Let's get a steak clap. Let's see that steak clap out there. Who wants to show us a steak clap? We got Team Kendra over here. Can we see that steak clap? We got Tammy. Tammy was already steak clapping before I even said anything about a steak clap. We got Janice iPad. Lori and Brad crushing that steak clap. Jim and Jen, nice steak clap out there.
Round of applause with that steak over there.
Round of applause out
Look
there.
at
for
that,
steak
Catherine.
clap.
Wow. Nice job.
Nice job, guys. Look at these cattle bandits and their steak clap.
Oh my gosh.
All right, nice steak claps out there, guys.
Wow.
Leslie, for anyone that we didn't spotlight, excellent steak clap. Okay, round of applause for that steak clap out there.
Nice job. Well, it was the first time for everything, right?
Yeah.
All right, so next, I'm going to go into my kit over here, and in no particular order at all, we have potatoes.
Oh,
My personal favorite ingredient of all time, the potato. A beautiful sweet onion, right? These are Walla Walla onions coming from the Pacific Northwest. We have a little bit of canola oil, okay? A little bit of thyme and garlic for basting purposes, right? We also have the lovely honey, white wine, and apple cider vinegar mixture, which is going to create that beautiful caramelized onion marmalade, okay? We also have a little butter for basting, right? Liver. A packet of our Balinese Truffle Salt.
the finest.
The finest truffle salt. And then a jar of that Truffle Carpaccio. Oh yeah, which you want to go ahead, bust open, and get a smell. Ooh.
Is that
Excellent.
nice up there, Jennifer?
There you go, Jennifer. Awesome. Beautiful. And so if you have all of those ingredients and all of that mise en place, we would love to see a thumbs up. Please and thank you. Oh, yeah.
All right, let's see another steak clap. Got Leslie over here. Leslie is excited. All right, we got Sharon.
Oh, what's up, Sharon?
Yo, what up, Sharon? Then we got the Heck family. Yo, what up, Heck family?
Hey, Heck family.
What the heck? We got Lori and Brad out there. All right. Well, I am excited that you guys are loving the music because we're going to bring Business Casual out for a quick little song after we make this cocktail. So let's go ahead. Let's give Sarah a big round of applause. If we're ready to make that cocktail. What don't we actually do for Sarah? Let's do a glass clap, okay? So
No,
just
no.
grab whatever glass.
We're not going to do that, but cool. So very exciting. I kind of wanted to focus. If you were with us last week when we were doing shrimp and grits, we're kind of going to do a cocktail in a similar family. So we're focusing on something that's a little bit more spirit forward. But we're doing a Manhattan this week, which was one of my personal favorite cocktails. I feel like we say that a lot. I feel like I was just making a note for our zine. Watch out for our zine that's going to be included in your kit sometime before the end of the year. But I feel like Tyler always mentions in the classes that something is his favorite thing of all time. And so I think we should just title like the calendar of events like Tyler's favorite things of all time.
Manhattan's my favorite city of all time.
Is it?
Yep.
I have a big heart.
You do. I know that. I know there's room in there for a lot of different things. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. So we're just going to start today. We're going to, this one, definitely about technique. Very little ingredients needed for a Manhattan, but when you're ever making it, if it's very traditional, you just need sweet vermouth, whiskey or bourbon, and Angostura bitters, and that's pretty much it. So very simple and straightforward. I made ours a little dark, so if you are allergic to nuts, this does have walnuts in it. If you left me a little note on your order, then you should have one that specifically says without nuts. But I just want to give you guys a heads up before you mix cocktails at all. So if you are allergic to nuts, let me know, send me an email. I would love to send you something different if we accidentally didn't catch that, or maybe you didn't know and couldn't let me know in time, but send me an email. So anyway, your Manhattan mix does have walnuts, okay? So we did this roasted walnut simple syrup and then added a little bit of the truffle bitters as well. So kind of making it dark, and we're getting into October and everyone's excited about Halloween. So a little extra element there. If you have martini glasses, you can serve this in a martini glass, or you can use a wine glass. And then you can also serve this over ice as well. And then for our garnish today, if you have cherries at home, maybe you're a big cocktail fan and you have nice cherries like Luxardo cherries at home. If you have an orange, you can use an orange peel as well. Melanie is crushing it, doing it exactly like that. So I'm gonna take my glass mixer here, and basically I'm gonna fill this up. So I'm gonna take all of our Manhattan mix, pour all that into my container, and then, just like we talked about with the Sazerac, you can go a little heavier than 2 ounces because a Manhattan is traditionally served in a martini glass, so more in the ratios to a martini, where even though we're not using gin or vodka, it's still going to be about 3 ounces of spirit to the remainder of your ingredients. So I'm going to add a total of 6 ounces for my 2 cocktails here. 4 and 6. Awesome. And then we're just gonna need some ice right out of your refrigerator. And then we're gonna add this to our container, and we're gonna stir it until you feel very confident that this is cold enough to drink without ice. So like I said, you can serve it on the rocks, which I'm gonna put 1 in our rocks glass here and give you a couple ice cubes there. Oh, God, pardon me. Awesome.
And Tammy wants to know how you make the truffle bitters.
Oh yeah, so, sorry, I gotta get my big bag of ice. So when we make the truffle bitters, I usually actually use Everclear. Is one of the best liquors to make bitters out of because it's super strong and concentrated, and that'll just absorb a lot of that flavor really quickly. So we use Everclear, and then basically infuse that with a little truffle juice and then truffle slices as well. And then I leave that for about 2 weeks. And then what we do is, sorry, I got my really long spoon today. Now, once I've added my ice to my Manhattan mixer and about 6 ounces of whiskey, I'm just gonna stir it up. And Brett, can we get like a 40-second timer?
Yes, chef.
Thank you so much. But how we make the bitters, like I said, Everclear, you put a little truffle juice and truffle slices in there. Leave it in an area that's kind of dark, like in a liquor cabinet, it would be perfect for about 14 days. And then you're gonna wanna agitate it every day a little bit and then just stick it back in there. So when you're going to make your drink every night, just turn it over and then stick it back in there. And at the end of 14 days, you're gonna strain it off, cook out the alcohol, and then test it and see if it needs any sweetener. And that's pretty much how you make bitters. Kind of straightforward. I must say, if you ever are in the habit of cooking off high proof spirits, this is something that you need to do in very small quantities and very, very, very carefully because it will ignite very quickly. Awesome. Cool. Now that our 40 seconds are up and we're done stirring, I'm gonna give you guys the ones in the glass, and then I'm gonna make sure that Brett has a little something to snack on as well.
And then we have one comment here. It's from Krista. It says,
Sure.
it's a little bare on the ranch. We only have sour cherry balls.
Sour cherry balls.
And then she further clarified the candy, just so everyone knew that it was the candy.
Got it. I was like, I don't know what that is.
And then Fred Exotic now has commented. He said, sweaty.
Oh, I've heard of these. I think they come out during the holidays.
We have the sour cherry balls in question right here.
You know what? I'm not going to hold it against you if you want to use that. I would say an orange peel might be your better go-to, but if that's all we have, chefs, go right ahead.
Nice. There's some very nice sour cherry balls you guys have up there.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go, Chef Zoe.
She's got it. This little one wants to run away, pardon me.
That's pretty resourceful.
When was the last time you had a Manhattan, Jason?
The last time I was in Manhattan.
All right, perfect. Well, cheers, everybody.
Awesome.
And I want to see if anyone tried this with our non-alcoholic version. I suggested maybe you guys try it with some Coke. Tell me what you thought, because I thought that was a really interesting approach. And if you like it, let me know.
Yeah, Coca-Cola.
With Diet Coke, amazing, awesome, cool, Fred. I'm glad you liked it.
And so, think about it, guys. We are in October, right? We got 90 days until the end of the year. And do you guys know what happens at the end of the year? 2020 is over. Yeah, think about that. So all you guys have to do is survive, okay? Survive until the end of the year. So we got this cocktail over here. So we're gonna cheers to a little survival out there, all right? So cheers, guys. Cheers.
Survival cheers.
Cheers, Brett.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers, Brett.
Chef.
As long as Truffle Shuffle is here, we will help you guys survive with a little bit of truffles, cocktails, and obviously some incredible humor.
All right. Speaking of that.
Here you go. 1, 2, 3. At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to get along. You'll seré siempre lo que fui, con mi azúcar para ti. Yo viviré.
Excellent acapella version of I Will Survive.
I love it. This actually reminds me, when I used to live in Manhattan, I'd take the 1 train to work every day, and every day there were these guys that would get on the train and do acapella. It was like one of my favorite parts of the day.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so cool.
We're thinking about once COVID is like, a little less restricting to do these classes and actually have an acapella group right there. And then have them do all the sound effects, acapella. Dope. So what do you think? Let's start this up.
Yeah, let's do it. So the first thing, like we do with these classes, we go over the prep, start to finish, right? And so the very first thing we got to get going is the oven fries, okay? Just because they take a little bit to cook. So you want to go ahead and set your oven to 375 degrees, okay? So just take a second, preheat that oven. And so you want it to be about 375, right? And so when we cut these steak fries, it's important that we cut them nice and thin almost, right? The two aspects that are going to make these fries really, really good is 1, the size of the cut, and 2, the amount of space in between the fries, right, on the sheet tray. That's super important. And if you're using a convection oven, you do the same temperature, 375.
Yeah. And convection for that would be best. If you have a convection option, convection.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have to be rotating these guys. They're going to take about 40 minutes. But if you have convection, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, awesome. So first things first, we just got to cut our potatoes, which Chef Jason, would you like to give us the beautiful demo on those potatoes?
Yeah. And then if you guys haven't already, just make sure you rinse those potatoes. We got ours nice and rinsed already, okay?
Yep.
And so let's go ahead and rinse those guys. We'll go to our board cam up here, okay? And basically, you're going to take the potatoes, you're going to cut them into quarters, and then each quarter is going to go into thirds.
Yep. And so with steak fries, it's all about that fry that's kind of cut on the angle almost, right? So what that's going to yield is closer to the edge, it's going to be a little bit thicker. And then closer to the middle, it's going to be a little bit thinner. So Jay's going to show you how we do it over here.
Yep. And when you're cutting these and you're getting those thin slices, make sure you have the largest cut side down. That way it's as stable as possible. And I'm going to come in, I'm going to get my first wedge, okay? And then I'm going to split this guy in half.
Beautiful.
So you guys see that nice, thin
Yep, steak fry.
steak fries.
And so you guys can see we're using russet potatoes with this, right? You got to use russets in order for this. If you ever want to recreate this, it's important to use russet potatoes because all the different potatoes, they have different starch contents, they have different sugar contents and moisture contents, right? But the russet potato gets the crispiest, right? Because it's got that really nice starch. So you always use russets for fries, and they come out really, really well. So,
right. Let's
and
see
so, sorry. So Rob, with the convection, we said if you have a convection oven, I would turn it on a convection setting, but you will still use 375, the 375 degree temperature. Nice.
All right, so we're getting these guys cut. Let's see how your guys' steak fries are turning out. We want to make sure those are nice and thin out there, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, we got some steak fries over here. Chef Charlene, can we see those steak fries? Who is this little one over here?
This is Zayden, my nephew. Say hi, Zayden.
Hey, bud.
What up, buddy?
Hey there. Oh, so cute.
Hi, Mama.
Beautiful steak fries. There, Charlene. Oh, here we go. Lower your breath. The steak fry fight.
The steak fry cheers.
Nice. There you go, Owen Murphy. Whoa, be careful over there.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. Look at Janet over here.
Nice. There you go,
Janet.
Janet. Perfect.
And we got Barbara. We got Chef Kim. Those are tongs. Let's see those steak fries.
Nice.
Peter, nice.
All right. Beautiful. So we got our steak fries cut over here. And then, so what we got to do is get them in the oven. And so with that, we're just going to pop them all in this bowl and then get half of the canola oil that we sent to you. We're going to put half that canola oil in there and just toss up these fries with a little bit of Balinese truffle salt as well, right?
Oh,
And so it might seem like it's a lot of oil to use half of this, and the answer is you are correct, right? But honestly, the only way to get crispy potatoes in the oven is to make sure that they are thoroughly coated with that canola oil, okay? So Jay's tossing them up in the canola oil, right?
yeah. Really getting in there, two-hand toss, okay?
You got to get both hands involved.
Up and down, everything is getting oily.
Oh, yeah, you got to oil it up.
And then you want to hit me
Nice.
with a little of this truffle salt?
And so I'm going to hit Jason over here with a little bit of this truffle salt, right? Which, if you have ever, we'd love to see a little show of hands. Has anyone seasoned with truffle salt before? Could you raise your hand, please? So if we could have someone demonstrate what the truffle salt seasoning technique is like, we would love that. Oh my gosh, here we go. Melanie. I saw your hand jump up there first. There you go. You want that seasoning to be all the way outside, right, of the Zoom window. That's key. And then over here, we got Krista and little Zoe over here.
Nice.
Zoe,
excellent mustache.
Zoe, you can really grow a mustache, Chef.
Yeah.
I never knew that before.
That
Here we
came
go.
out really
Tanya,
nice.
Miss
Nice
Tanya
practice.
Sprinkle with the amazing technique over here. Stunning. And here we go, Sean and Ann. We need your hand just a little bit further up. There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Jim and Jen nailing that over
Beautiful.
there.
So again, we're not going to use all the salt. We're just going to give it a good pinch, right? Because we're going to add more salt right after it comes out of the oven. So just go ahead and get those guys tossed up. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. And now we just got to lay them out on our sheet trays, which, you know, we say this a lot in this class, but like the little details are super important. So we're going to lay them out exactly with a nice 1-inch space between every single fry. Okay. That's super important. right? Because how many of you before have had potatoes that you bake in the oven and they're not crispy, right? And the reason for that is because you need the correct amount of air movement, right, between those potatoes in order to make sure that they get nice and crispy. So that's why we told you to get 2 sheet trays. That way you can put plenty of space between all these fries. Nice. Beautiful.
And we're laying these cut side down, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So if you guys see how we got them over here, see our wonderful potatoes.
Can we use a cookie rack also to let the air come underneath them too?
So I wouldn't use a cookie rack, and the only reason is because we actually want that direct contact with the sheet tray. Because you'll see what's going to happen is we're going to get really nice and crispy on the side that's touching the sheet tray. And then later on, I'm going to have you guys flip the potatoes, and we're going to hit that other side. But the contact with that sheet tray is an important part of the process. So, all right, these are our beautiful potatoes lined up over here. Oh, our timer literally just went off to say that our oven is preheated. So if you could show us your fries, let's see those fries.
Let's see those potato wedges.
Oh, we got wedges over here.
All right, we got Chef Court.
All right,
Chef Court.
Chef Court, can we see? Oh yeah, beautiful potatoes over there.
And then how about
Lovely.
Jasa? We got Jasa Gittimer. How those potatoes looking?
What up, Jasa?
What is up, Jasa?
Yeah, nice.
Nice. And then we got Tom and Tracy.
Tom and Tracy, yeah, beautiful.
Oh. And then we got Shirag. Shirag, how those potatoes looking?
Shirag, those are beautiful potatoes there.
Wow, nice potatoes.
Really, really nice.
Where did you learn how to cut them like that? All right, Chef Melanie. Chef Melanie, can we see those potatoes? Very nice. And you guys see this truffle spy that she has in the corner there?
Who is this animal that's in the foreground?
That's what we call cashier truffle shuffle.
They're truffle spies.
Nice. So once you have those potatoes cut, seasoned, oiled up, right, laid out, we're going to go ahead and get them in the oven. So I'm going to come over here, pop these guys in the oven.
Oh, then we have one comment here. One of my cookie sheets is stone and the other one is metal. Is that going to make a difference? So my comment to your comment is, where did you find a stone cookie sheet? And then next, there's only one way to find out. So we'll see how those go. We'll keep an eye on them. Just make sure it's super oiled down, okay?
Yep. And so again, these guys are going to take about 40 minutes, right? And so with that, what we're looking for, right, is to get a really nice golden brown exterior, right? Golden brown and delicious. And then that beautiful, fluffy interior, okay? Which again, that's why we're using a russet potato. And that's why we're cutting them the way that we did. And so Rob, you're going to follow the recipe exactly the same, even if you're using convection.
Yeah.
So convection or conventional, just follow exactly the same way we're doing. It's not going to make enough of a difference, or they are different, but they're not different enough to affect this recipe.
Yeah.
So again, I've got a little timer set over here that I'm going to help keep an eye on, which we'll tell you guys. So we're going to rotate the pan, right? And because we're using 2 oven racks, we're going to switch places on the oven racks too. So I set a 12-minute timer. Yeah, there you go, Krista. I set a 12-minute timer when I pop these guys in the oven. But we're going to help you keep an eye on them and make sure we get that really nice golden brown, delicious steak fry. So, all right, if you have those fries in the oven, can we see a thumbs up to make sure that we are all on the same page?
Nice.
Excellent. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, my gosh. Charlene, your nephew is so cute.
This guy's slaying it over there.
Look at that. He's got those fries in there. He's excited.
We got Sidra over here.
What up, Tidra? Nice. Got the fries in the oven. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
So, we'll get this prep done, and then we're going to bring business casual out, right? And they're going to help us get into the right mood to get this steak cooked, okay?
Oh, yeah. We got to set that mood.
Nice.
Beautiful. So Jay, you want to show them how to small dice this onion over here?
Yeah. So you guys will take that onion, right? And all onions, shallots, onions, leeks, honestly, they all grow the same, right? And you have the root end, right? The root end here. You guys see this on the board camera? Chris, do you see this on the board camera here? They're having a shootout up there.
I think
right.
they have a...
and then you have the frilly end, right? And so you got the frilly end and the root end. And what you want to do to get this cut right is we're going to slice the frilly end, okay? You're going to cut about 10% off on the frilly end side. And then go ahead. We're going to cut that onion in half, all right? And then we're going to peel the layers back. And when you're peeling the layers back on the onion, do always remember that you have the skin layer. And then a lot of times that first layer is a little fibrous because it's growing. And you got to peel that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what do you think, Tyler? Do we need both of these onions for this recipe?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. So there's a couple different ways that you can small dice an onion. The way that I like to teach you guys is the same way I would teach my mom. Okay. Super straightforward and simple. And you're going to go in and you have bring the onion as close to the cutting board as you can. And we're going to make a couple slices, right? Horizontally with it. And I'll turn my knife so you guys can see it. A couple slices. We're going to make 3 of them, okay? 1, 2, 3. They're all about a 1/4 inch apart.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're going to leave that onion intact. And then you're going to come in and you have the onion here. And what we're going to do is, for this recipe, as thin as you can, okay, we're going to slice that onion. Okay. And if you guys see my hand here, so I'm using something called the claw. And so the claw, I have my first finger, 2 fingers behind that, and then 2 fingers behind that. And I'm going in and I'm leaving the back 10% of that onion intact. And I'm getting these cuts as thin as possible, right? And so I know I'm going a little fast, but if you guys don't cut onions all the time, then you can take your time. And then see how I have these little bits of onion falling off? You're just going to push those together. And then we're going to come in here. And again, as thin as possible, you're turning the onion 90 degrees. You're going to slice down. And since we're going to make a marmalade out of this, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be as consistent as possible.
Mm-hmm. And so you all will see too, the reason why we're cutting this onion so small is because we're going to do a quick caramelization on those onions, right? We're going to have them in that pan. We're going to cook them down really, really fast and caramelize them and make a quick marmalade. And so that's why it's important that they're cut small, because if they were cut really big, the onions wouldn't be completely soft by the time the marmalade is fully reduced. So that's why we're cutting them nice and small.
All right. And so now we're going to go to this next guy. And same thing, we're going to go in and make a couple cuts. And if you're having issue with those kind of horizontal cuts, a little trick I used to do is cut a base off, and then you can actually stand that onion up. You guys see that? And then you can cut down, and it makes it a little bit easier. And as you're cutting, always slightly saw that knife.
Mm-hmm.
A true story is when I first started cooking, I lied on my resume to get an internship at Disney, right? I told them I was in college, but actually I was in high school. So I got an internship at Disney. I got a college internship at Disney, right? And so I was doing that. And then I went from there and I got a job at a resort in New Hampshire. And I told them that I knew how to cook, but I did not. And literally there was a day where they thought I knew how to cook, but I had no clue what to do. And they asked me to dice an onion, and I had literally never diced an onion before. And so when I went to go cut the onion, I left the entire onion whole. And basically I went to dice it similar to what I'm doing right now, but I left it all whole. So I just cut. When I made my first cut, the first cut went through the onion into my hand. And then I just held my hand together as long as I could. And at this point, I had garnered the attention of every chef in the kitchen, trying to figure out where I learned how to dice an onion like that, right? And I got it done, but it was very rough. And then that night I went home and I was like, Mom, how do you dice your onions? And she told me that she used a cheese grater. Because I realized I'd never seen her dice an onion, right? And so what do you think, Tyler? Is this good like this, or should we mince it a little bit?
No, honestly, that's perfect.
All right. So we have these guys here. And so I have some extra, right? This is going into chicken stock or compost. And so we'll have that off to the side. And then we got all these minced onions here, right? That looks like they're ready to go on a hot dog.
Oh, yeah.
And so just go through one time and make sure there aren't any big pieces. And then show us those onions.
Mm-hmm. And then that's what those that's what one of those small bowls is for. So you can just go ahead and pop those onions into that bowl. There you go, Krista. Let's see those onions. Let's see it. Did Zoe help you out with those guys? Yeah. She has incredible knife skills. Wow. Of course, Chef Danny over here with his own board cam.
Wow, nice board cam.
Wow, I love that board cam. All right, Melanie. Oh, beautiful.
Over here. Oh, here we go. Back here at the end.
Nice, Janet.
There you go, Janet. Is that the container for the cheese grater? Or what is that for? Oh, for that thing. Yeah.
Some crazy.
What are they called? It's called a zilk or something like that?
It used to be called a slap chop or something like that.
Oh, slap chopper?
I've had it for a long time.
Nice.
Well,
those onions look beautiful, Janet.
We're actually going to bring the guy from the Slap Chop commercials on to our cooking show at some point.
Have him teach a knife skills class.
Yeah, I think he might be in jail. I got a thumbs up over there. All right, nice. So we got our onions chopped. I'm going to clean up my board here. And then what do we got next here? The carpaccio?
Beautiful. Yeah, and so all that we got left to do with our prep is to chop all that truffle carpaccio. And so basically we're going to use half of this carpaccio for these oven fries, right? And then the other half we're actually going to add to this caramelized onion marmalade at the very end.
And so we're chopping all this, right?
Oh yeah,
perfect.
Chop it all.
My technique for chopping carpaccio like this is you do what's called mincing. And so I'm holding the knife all the way to the left with my left hand and all the way to the right with my right hand, and I'm rocking it back and forth. And that allows you to chop this truffle, right, without your arm getting tired. You're able to use that full muscle of the knife, right? You got that muscle back there that you got to start using.
Nice.
All right, nice. And so we got this nice and chopped. We're going to go into our bowl here. And I'll show you guys this up close to the camera so you guys can see exactly what we're working with. All right. So let's see that truffle carpaccio once you have it.
Nice. Here we go, Tammy. Oh, here we go, Charlene. Nice. Look at that carpaccio. Beautiful. Nice. There you go, chef. Nice job, Danny. Stunning. All right, Melanie. Yeah, exactly.
Nice, Melanie.
Nice fine chops. Yeah, perfect.
Nice, Michael. Oh, nice job, Krista. Nice job, Peter. Yep. All right.
There you go. Beautiful. So that is all the prep that we need to do, right? So again, we have our potatoes in the oven, which my timer just went off, so I'm gonna have everyone move those potatoes around, right? In just a second here. But we have our potatoes in the oven. Our onion is diced up, right? And that truffle carpaccio is nice and minced. And so if you are there with us, I would love to see a thumb in the air, or two, or digital, or however many.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
We got Sheila and Hector up there.
There you go, Shayla and Hector. Nice.
Cheers.
Looking good. There you go, Jim and Jen.
Sean
Love it.
and Ann.
Yes.
We got Gail Nagy.
Emily from. I love that digital thumbs up. Thank you.
Yeah. All you guys who got your video on, let's see a digital thumbs up out there.
Yeah, I would love to see some digital thumbs.
Otherwise, we're going to stop this cooking class right now. Leslie, Gail, Cassandra. We got Bill, Michael Wang.
Sharon, thank you for that.
Susan Wade. Where are these digital thumbs up over there?
Oh, yeah. Heck family. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We love digital thumbs. It's easy. You know, you just hit the button.
It stays up there. You can do something else.
Right. You can. All right. So we're going to look at these potatoes.
Oh. I'm going to look at this cocktail.
So basically, as you can see, there's not really that much color on the potato, right? But you see how they're getting nice and sizzly? And so what they're going to do, and you can't really pull them off now, but the side that's touching the sheet tray is going to get really crispy. Oh, all right? So it's very important that the potato becomes crispy before we flip it over. So if you have any difficulty flipping the potatoes over, we're going to get to that later on. But just to kind of talk about it, the potato will release itself from that sheet tray when it's nice and golden brown, all right? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to rotate those sheet trays 180 degrees in the oven, right? And then the sheet tray that's on the top, you're going to put on the bottom. And the sheet tray that's on the bottom, you're going to put on the top, okay? We do a full rotation. Nice. We call that the full rotation.
Full rotation.
Full rotation.
And so what do you think, Tyler? Should we kick up a little music to help everyone get into the right mood to cook this steak?
You gotta get in the mood for this steak.
And so the prep takes a little while, and then the cooking the steak, right, it's going to be fast, okay? So we want to get you guys pumped up to cook that steak. So drink that cocktail. Let's see your dance moves out there, all right?
Give me some dance moves.
During this period, the best dance move gets a free cooking class to our Hamilton experience, okay?
Oh.
Roast chicken, Hamilton, free cooking class, best dance move. Rachel's in charge of deciding who the winner is.
Yes.
All right, let's kick it off.
All right, let's hit it.
All right, business casual. We are back. We are here to give you a few songs to get you amped up for your steak. This next song, I gotta say, this beautiful food is really putting me in sort of a fancy mood. So, what's the fanciest style of music? Jazz, right?
Jazz.
All right.
Jazz.
So we've got a jazz song for you. This next one is a legendary, jazz classic, canon jazz, by the classic jazz musician, Mr. Justin Timberlake.
Ooh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can't wait till I get you on the floor, good looking. Going high, so hot, just like an oven. I'll burn myself, just have to touch it. It's so fine, it's all mine.
It's all mine. Hey, baby, we don't mind all the watching. But woo, if they study real close, they might learn something. She ain't nothing but a little dizzy when she does it. Ooh, she's so fine tonight. But as long as I got my suit and tie, I'm a you're dressed in that dress I like. Love is swinging in the air tonight.
Let me show you a few things.
Show you a few things.
Let me show you a few
Let me show you a few
things.
things.
Let me show you a few
Let me show you a few things. Ba-ba. Show you a few things. Ba-ba-doo-ya-doo-da-ba-da-da-ba. Stop.
And let me get a good look at it. Oh, so thick. Now I know why they call it a fatty.
It's so sick, gotta hit, pick up the habit. Woo, it's so fine.
It's so fine tonight. Bop, 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 bop. As long as I got my suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. Oh, and you got face up to the nines.
Let me show you a few things.
Show you a few things. All dressed up in black and white, and you're dressed in that dress I like. Love is swinging in the air tonight.
Let me show you a few things.
Show you a few things.
Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things.
Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things.
Let me show you a few things. Let me show you a few things.
Show you things about love. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We done do bop. Ba-ba-da-dee-dum-do bop. Ba-do-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-doo. Way up. Way up. Ba-doo-day up. Way up. Ba-ba-da-doo-dum-do. Ba-ba-da-doo-dum.
As long as I got my suit and tie, I'ma leave it all on the floor tonight. Oh,
And you got fixed up to the nines.
let me show you a few things.
Show you a few, all dressed up in black and white, and you wear that dress so nice. Love is swinging in the air tonight.
Let me show you a few things.
Show you
Let me
something.
show you a few
Let me show you a few.
Let me show you a few
Let me show you a few
things.
things. Let me
Show you a few things.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We done do ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-ba. Wow. Oh, those were some awesome dance moves, y'all. I love the guitar. I love the cat. I love the trumpet player.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect for this genre. Very nice.
Love it.
All right, so next up, after your fancy truffles, next we're preparing the fancy steak. And you know what goes best with steak? Classic rock, right? Hard rock. Naturally. So that's what we're going to give you next. Now, just to remind you, our name is Business Casual. We are an a cappella group. That means we've got no instruments here. Hi! What a cool microphone. So we are an a cappella group, which means we have no instruments. Everything you're hearing is coming from our voices, and we're performing for you guys live right now from San Francisco. And we hope you're really enjoying your class. So with that, let's kick it off with some rock music.
Woo, woo, woo.
Vroom.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rock? Gathering of angels appeared above my head. Sang to me this song of hope. This is what they said. They said,
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, babe. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. She's got a smile that it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories, where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Ba ba da da ba ba da da da, sweet child, da 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 ba ba da da ba ba da da, sweet da 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 da. town girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. That's right, sing along. Street lights, people, heaven just to find emotion, hiding somewhere. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people.
Tommy used to work on the docks. Union's been on strike. He's down on his luck. It's tough. So tough. She says we gotta hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, and we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. We got each other, and that's a lot for you. Live for the fight when it's all that you got. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, and we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, and we'll make it, I swear. Whoa, living on a prayer. Living on a prayer.
Thank you. Woo!
Well,
Wow.
that was awesome.
That was incredible.
All right, guys.
Dang.
So let's give it up for business casual, okay? After we cook this steak,
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah.
perform one more time.
Business casual.
Okay. But hit it up in the comments. Let them see your guys' love, okay?
Yes.
We know how awesome you guys are. Let them know. That was awesome. You guys really brought that. We have,
Yeah.
Where is Team Florence over here?
Yeah, Florence, where are you at?
Team Florence, can we get a little appearance over here? They did not stop bringing it, okay? They might be resting right now because they did not stop over there. Nice job,
They
guys.
did not stop. And then over here, we got Charlene's nephew over here, too.
We got Charlene's nephew over here.
Look at this little guy. Oh, yeah.
guys.
Oh, yeah.
Air five.
Air five, bud.
Do you always have that microphone, or how does that work?
He just got the microphone in the back.
Okay.
Like,
So that was awesome. I'm not even kidding. Literally 3 days ago, I woke up in a cold sweat because I thought my dream literally was we had hired this team. The team forgot to hire the a cappella band. And then instead of starting the class, they were 2 hours late and they were just partying. And then I showed up and I fired everybody and got the class going. And then I texted Brett. I was like, Brett, you have to find an a cappella group. And Business Casual is slaying it.
killing it.
Killing it.
Insane. This is
And
awesome.
so we're going to chat with them about bringing you guys some holiday parties, okay? So watch out for an email for that. And then Tyler's going to show us how to cook this steak.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys remembered that this was...
I was going to say, I totally forgot we were cooking stuff.
This is a cooking class.
I thought this was like a concert, like a digital, interactive.
Incredible. Well, so right now we have those fries in the oven. And so my second timer just went off. They've been in there about 25 minutes. They've been in there about 25 minutes. And again, every oven is different, but the key component that you're looking for is you want the side that's touching the sheet tray to be really nice and brown, okay? it's almost, you would rather err on the side of that side being more brown, right? Than trying to flip these fries over, because I'm going to flip them over, but it's important that they're really, really brown, right? And you can even cook them just on that one side if your oven is making it so. And so Brian asked a good question. We have a family member who prefers well done. So if you prefer well done, you're just gonna keep cooking that steak a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
So whenever we do these classes, and honestly, it's the French influence in us, we always cook the steak like medium rare plus, like literally right in between medium rare and medium. Because the way we were always taught, and it was hammered into my brain, is you don't, in the French kitchen, you don't cook it where the protein can still move around, right? The protein is set, right? So it's just over medium rare, just a hair under medium. So that's how we're gonna cook it. And so I'm just gonna show you guys the fries over here that we got.
Yeah, let's check these out.
So if you can see my fries over here, I'm just gonna show them to the camera. You see them?
Oh.
And so I'm just gonna get in here, right? And just show them to the camera. And I know I've got asbestos hands from all my years of working in the kitchen, but so you might not want to do this, but there you go, Krista. This is the fry cam, chef. So can you see the golden brown deliciousness that is forming on these fries? Can everyone see that? That's what you're going for, right? And so this fry has a little bit more of that golden brown deliciousness. And so one of the points I'm trying to make is that the fries will only release from the aluminum foil when they are crispy on that side, okay? So if you're having any difficulty flipping these fries over, just keep cooking them on that side, because that starch is gonna cook, it's gonna set, it's gonna get crispy, okay? So I'm just gonna take 1 second and just flip my fries over, right? On this sheet tray. As you can see, they're looking so delicious. So I'm just using a spoon over here, right?
And as you guys see, it's normal for it to have a little bit of resistance, for it to stick a little bit, right? And that's where the finesse comes in, right? You guys are easing it into it. You're coaxing those fries into flipping, right?
And so, like you can see on my screen, the fries, exactly like Jason said, they are gonna give you a little resistance, right? But how do I say this? It's like you set the starch on that side of the potato, right? And it's set to the point where even though it's sticking a little bit to the aluminum, it'll still release because that whole side is fully cooked. So that's all I'm doing over here. I'm just gonna flip these fries over real quick. But again, if your fries are giving you a lot of a bit of a difficult time, like this guy right here, I'm just gonna leave them on that side, okay? And don't worry, right? Because we're gonna continue cooking these guys, and they're just, the more you cook them, the crispier they get. That is how that works. So I'm gonna put my fries back in the oven, right? And this is a bit of a, again, it's a bit of a technique that requires some, like Jay says, finesse, right?
Yeah.
So do not worry if your fries are sticking a little bit. Just leave them on that one side, because that one side will get beautiful brown and crispy, okay? So I'm gonna put these guys back in the oven. Again, I'm gonna rotate my pan as I'm doing that. So whatever pan's on the top, you're gonna flip it to the bottom, and then you're gonna rotate both sheet trays. There you go, Krista, exactly. 180 degrees, okay? So that's exactly what we're doing over here.
Incredible.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. And so Tyler's got those guys walking, and then we're going to get into cooking these steaks. We have one comment here from Krista. It says, business casual is perfection. On top with the music, or on point with the music on top, and yoga pants on the bottom.
Nice. That's kind of how me and Jay start all our day every single day.
With yoga pants.
Business on top, yoga pants on bottom.
Yeah. I have a pair of the assless chaps yoga pants.
Come on. So over here, I am flipping my French fries, right? Or my steak fries rather. And this pan was on the bottom, right? So it got a little more heat. So again, you can see they'll flip over once that side is cooked and nice and golden brown and delicious. You see that? And this is where, like, if you guys make fries in the oven again in the future, as long as you follow those steps, it's number one is that you cut the potato small enough, right? So you get that it's a surface area ratio, right? It's you can get it crispy enough, right? And you cook them at that nice temperature, that 375. That way they get nice and golden brown and delicious, okay? So again, I just flip my fries over, right? Were any of you able to flip those fries over as well? I just want to check in. Yeah, Danny, you were able to? Yeah, perfect. Nice. Kendra, perfect. Nice. Janice, awesome. To be completely honest, a lot of times we do these classes and, you know, we try stuff. We're always like pushing the limit. But it is so cool to see that many of you looking good. Beautiful. So I'm going to put these back in the oven. I'm going to set about an 8-minute timer, okay? And pretty much it's going to give us enough time to cook these steaks and get them resting, and then we're going to take these fries out of the oven. It'll be perfect time. So, nice. So, all right. I went ahead, I flipped those fries over, right? I have them back in the oven. And what we're going to do now is cook up these flat iron steaks, okay? So, I'm going to go ahead, grab my steaks, right? Grab my large saute pan, okay? Sorry. Grab my large saute pan. And just to chat about the steaks real quick, have any of you had flat iron before? Any of you had that cut? You heard of it?
A couple.
Tammy has not. Kendra,
Tammy
yeah,
hasn't.
Fred.
Gwen has.
Mr. Exotic, you've had it?
Tom
Yeah.
and Tracy have.
Beautiful. So again, if you've never heard of this cut, so what it is called, like the butcher's cut, right? It's one of those cuts of meat that the butcher would take home and eat with his family, right? Because people didn't know about it. People had no idea what a flat iron was, but it still retains that beautiful tenderness and flavor. And so just to show you guys, if I can show this beef over here, right? So if I can show you over here, basically the muscle is like this. It's pretty much like that, right? And so with that, the grain, right? I know you guys have probably heard about the grain in the meat, but if you look at it, the grain of the meat runs horizontal, right? To the way that this piece of steak is looking. So when we cut it later, you're going to want to cut it against the grain. It'll taste absolutely delicious, which we'll get there when we get there. But I just want to show that real quick. So we have our pan over here, right? I'm going to heat up my large saute pan over medium high to high heat, okay? Depending on how hot your stove is, you might want it a little bit lower than mine, a little bit hotter. And so with that, if you have a window, right, or a vent or a fan to turn on, I would turn that on because we're going to be cooking at high heat, okay? And I know some of you have cooked steak with us before, cooked red meat with us before, but you got to cook it at high heat. And so Jay's going to season up these steaks real quick. Oh, yeah. So again, we want to come in here, season those steaks up from up high, okay? Nice. Beautiful. Krista just wrangled her steaks over there. Perfect. That's exactly how you want them. So, Tom and Tracy, if you want to add pepper, you can go ahead and add pepper. We're not going to add pepper to this. We're just seasoning with that lovely Balinese Truffle Salt that we sent to you. But, yeah, there you go. Over at Jennifer's house, that's how you season like that. Yeah, nice. There you go, Michael Hauser. Right. So, again, over here, I got my pan heating up, right? My steak is seasoned. So I'm going to go ahead and pour my canola oil into that pan, okay?
Right.
And what's going to happen is the oil is going to get really, really kind of shimmery almost, okay? Because of the heat of that pan. And I'm going to heat this pan up until it is just smoking, all right? And so whenever you cook steak, it's important that you get that pan nice and hot, because once you put the steak in there, it obviously doesn't get hotter, it gets colder, right? So my pan over here, can you guys see that? You see how it's starting to smoke? You see that? Right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these steaks in the pan on opposite sides, right? So you should hear a nice strong sizzle when you put that steak in the pan, okay? Nice. Beautiful. So, again, I got my steaks in the pan, and I'm going to use a spoon. If you want to use tongs to flip these steaks, right, go ahead. But we're going to do a method of cooking red meat, which is where you flip every 30 seconds, okay? And Brett already has a timer going. And so what's going to happen is you're not going to get a very, very hard sear the first time it hits the pan, okay? But that sear is going to develop as you flip that steak, which is our first timer going off right here. But the sear is going to develop as you flip that steak. And then when you flip often, you're able to hit that really beautiful interior temperature. So if you can see over here, you see how my steak is here? Right? You see how here there is no steak currently? I'm going to flip my steak to where there is not a steak currently hanging out, right? So again, coming in here, flip that guy over, okay? And so the reason why you want to flip the steak into a side of the pan where there is no steak is because that side of the pan is getting really, really hot, right? So you always want to flip the steak to a part of the pan that's kind of preheating, okay? So, again, we got our, we'll keep flipping our steaks over here. I got my timer set on my fries. Right? Beautiful. And so, again, we're flipping every 30 seconds, okay? And I gotta say, I don't know about you, Jay, but when I first discovered the flip often move of steak searing, it was like a total game changer for me. Because you're able to hit that really beautiful internal temperature, right? And get that really nice crust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the technique developed by the gentleman named Harold McGee.
Yep.
Who we actually brought on our first steak class ever. And he wrote this. He studied this technique, and what's super cool is he was trying to figure out the best way to cook a steak. And he actually hired the same guys that made NASA simulations to make a simulation for himself on how to properly cook a steak. And what he found is if you flip every 30 seconds, you get a beautiful crust, and then that steak gets cooked edge to edge, medium rare.
Exactly, which is the two key components of a perfectly cooked steak, right? You always want to have that crust, and you want to have that temperature that's from edge to edge. There's no gray mark, right, in between. So, again, we're going to flip this guy over, and you see, we got that second flip going. You see that sear developing on these steaks? It's looking great. So
let's see your guys' steaks out there.
I was gonna say, how's everyone's kitchen smelling over there? Is it smelling good? Anyone? I know Chris has set off the smoke alarm. You actually get extra points if you set off the smoke alarm. Oh yeah, there
nice,
you go.
Angela, Joey.
Angela, yes. Yeah, perfect. Jennifer,
Chef
that
Jennifer.
looks great. Uh-oh. There you go, Krista. That's actually a soundbite from Krista's house currently.
You got Janet's iPad over here.
Nice. Yeah, and you'll see, you keep flipping them, and that crust will come about.
We got the Heck family.
We got the Heck family over here.
Yeah.
Look at that pan. I love that pan over there.
All right, and we got the Florence, Team Florence. We know their dance moves are dope. How are their steaks?
Yeah, Team Florence, you got those dance moves over there.
Oh, they're showing off some steaks over there. All right, nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
All right, nice job, guys.
And so again, you see how the crust is forming on my steak, right? You see that? Because again, when you get that initial sear, it's not going to be super, super brown, okay? And so what we're going to do now is we're going to test the temperature of the beef, okay? So what you do is you want to press down, right, on the steak using your two fingers, okay? And what you want is you want some resistance, okay? You want the steak to bounce back at you. And again, we're going to cook these steaks over here to about medium rare, medium, okay? And so with that, again, you have your two fingers, just press on the beef, okay? And you'll see my beef still is relatively rare, okay? It's not quite there yet. And flat iron, not to get too detailed, but flat iron always takes a little longer to cook. Just the grain structure in the piece of meat, it takes a little more heat, right, than if you were doing like a New York strip or a ribeye, okay? So, again, cooking up these pieces of meat. I'm over here on about medium-high heat, and I'm just going to cook these until I get that kind of bounce back, all right? I'm going to come over here, flip them again. Nice. Beautiful. So, my timer over here on my steak fries is about I got about 2 minutes left on those steak fries, right? And we're still cooking these steaks over here, so nice. I love it when that fat from that beef comes out and it mixes in the pan. You get all these little brown bits over here, right? We're gonna get all those when we make this caramelized onion guy. So, nice. So I'm gonna flip these guys over one more time, okay? And so one of my steaks is pretty thick. The other one's a little bit thinner, but we're actually gonna hit a really nice temperature with these guys. So what I'm gonna do over here, I'm just gonna flip these guys one more time. And again, we cut all these steaks to a certain size, so you'll all be about the same place that we're at, okay? But I'm gonna flip these steaks one more time, and then I'm gonna start basting them, okay? With a little butter, a little thyme, a little garlic, right? So, is that my timer going off there, Brett? So again, I'm just gonna flip these guys one more time. Oh yeah, perfect. And then I'm gonna actually turn the heat down to medium, okay? So flip those steaks over that last time. Turn your heat down to medium, all right? And now we're gonna add the butter to the pan, okay? So we're gonna add the butter, and then we're gonna add the thyme and the garlic, right? And before you add the garlic, you gotta make sure to smash it with the heel of your hand. So I'm gonna come in here, get these guys going real quick. So again, I've added my butter to the pan, right? See how it's sizzling up like that? Make sure to add your thyme, right? And that garlic, again, you're gonna smash it with the heel of your hand. There you go, Brett, right? My favorite part about working a meat station, smashing the garlic. So my steaks are in the pan, right? And what you want to do is just tilt that pan back, right? Get that garlic and thyme in that butter. And then you want to put that garlic and thyme on top of those pieces of steak. And then we're going to carve them up, okay? Or sorry, we're going to baste them up. So we're going to come in here, right, with that butter and just spoon that butter on top of that beef, okay? Look at that.
We got Michael Hauser over here.
Give it that nice beef jacuzzi with that butter and thyme and garlic, right? I still can't wait till when they come out with a human jacuzzi that's like this. Start my own jacuzzi company after Truffle Salt.
Nice, Jennifer.
Yep. So again, just baste up those steaks, right? And then we're gonna get these steaks out of the pan, right, and resting on our cutting board. So I'm gonna come over here, turn my pan off. I know that's a lot of items to happen at the same time, right? But look at those steaks. See those? So my pan is off over here. My steaks are resting, okay? And what I'm gonna do next is check out these fries. But before I check out these fries, if you have those steaks resting, we'd love to see a thumbs up or show us those steaks. Yeah, exactly, Jennifer. That's perfect. There you go. Nice. Kim, how those steaks looking? Good? Nice. Catherine, there you go. Chef Exotic. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, Michael. Oh, yeah, those are perfect.
Nice, guys.
There you go. All right. So what I'm going to do next is take that pan, right? It's got all that beautiful fond in that pan, all the little brown bits in the bottom of the pan. Okay, that butter. Heat it back up over medium-high heat. Get it nice and hot. And we're going to start making this caramelized onion marmalade. Okay? So again, I've roasted my steaks, basted them up. I got them out of the pan. They're resting on my cutting board right now, right? I got these oven fries that are very, very close to checking out. Basically, once I get these onions in the pan, I'm going to go look at those oven fries, right? And we're about to make this caramelized onion marmalade, and then we will get to eating. So my pan over here is nice and hot, right? And I'm going to go ahead and add all those onions to that pan, okay? Get them all in there, all right? Once they're in there, stir them up. And you want to, we're going to cook this thing at medium-high heat the entire time, okay? Because it's going to be a quick process. So you'll see, you add those onions, they will start smelling so delicious, right? Mm-hmm. And again, we're cooking them in that pan. There's that beef fat in there. There's that thyme and garlic butter, okay? And so I have not added any salt to the pan, okay? And the reason for that is because whenever you're caramelizing onions, you want to get some caramelization on them first before you add salt, right? Because if you add salt, what's going to happen is it's going to remove the moisture from the onion and it's going to inhibit the caramelization, okay? So again, I got my onions in the pan. I got them on medium-high heat. I stirred them up, right? And then I'm just going to let them sit on that one side to get really nice and caramelized, okay? So at this point, I'm going to go check these beautiful oven fries.
Nice.
Nice.
Everyone looks like they're doing a great job out there. Stanley, how's it going up there?
And so I'll flip my fries over.
Look at these fries.
And so I've flipped my fries over, but this is how they look right here, okay? You see that? You got that beautiful golden brown, all right? Looking so good. These are perfect, okay? I'm gonna continue cooking these guys in the oven just because they're gonna kind of slow ride at this point. That way they're nice and hot when they come out and we're ready to truffle them up.
Once you guys get those fries out, let us see how they're looking.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see these gold sheet pans from Williams and Sonoma.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Beautiful. Beautiful, Catherine.
Nice, Catherine. Stanley Keith, that's looking great. We got Janet's iPad over here.
Yeah, there you go, Janet. Yes. And you see how they puff up almost when they cook like that? That's how you get that fluffy texture. There you go. Look at Leslie down there. Oh, yeah, there you go, Leslie.
Nice, Leslie. All right, that's looking good there.
So, I just gave my onions a quick stir, okay? Right? And again, I left them on that one side to get nice and caramelized. I just gave them a quick stir just to make sure, right, that they're getting nice and caramelized. So, basically, what we have left to do in this recipe is we just need to toss our fries in that bowl with a little bit of Truffle Carpaccio, okay? That's coming up very soon. Our steaks are resting, and then once we get done with this caramelized onion marmalade, we're just gonna top those steaks with it. It's gonna be so good. So, if you haven't done so already, just wash out that bowl that you originally tossed those fries in, or if you have another large bowl, right? You wanna wash it and dry it out, okay? And so, again, over here, can you guys see my screen, how these onions are getting so nice and caramelized? Can you see that? Nice. So this is all I want right here. We're doing what's called a quick caramelization. You know, there's kind of two ways to caramelize onions. One is really nice and fast, and two is low and slow, okay? And when you caramelize them really fast, you get that really nice, almost like charred component of the onion. So what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and add my honey, white wine, and apple cider vinegar mixture. And I'm going to keep this heat on medium high, right? And just reduce it super, super quick until it looks like a jam, okay? Because what you're doing is you're removing the water, you're concentrating the sugars in that wine and vinegar and obviously the honey to a syrup, and that's going to create that jam. So again, come in here, add all that liquid, and this will be your new favorite condiment for steak, I guarantee it. So give it a quick stir, and then I'm just going to hit this with just a pinch of truffle salt.
Nice.
Right? Beautiful. So again, season from up high. Excellent. So, nice. So how's everyone looking over there? So at this point, I have my onions caramelized, right? I've added all that liquid, reducing it down, right? My steaks are resting. My oven fries are looking beautiful and crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. If you are there with us, I would love to see a thumbs up. Please and thank you.
Everyone looks like they're doing a great job out there.
Beautiful.
Nice. Gwen, how you doing down there? Are you guys cooking the onions? Nice. Then you're doing good. All right. We got the winners. Sharon is doing good.
Oh, yeah. There you go, Sharon.
She is pumped over there.
It's her birthday the other day.
We got Sharon
birthday
over
again,
here.
Sharon.
We got the Heck family.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go. Exactly. That's perfect.
Chef Kendra.
There you go, Kendra.
Awesome.
Nice. And so as this guy's coming down, I probably only have like two more minutes as it's coming down. And so as this guy's coming down, what we're going to do is we are going to toss these fries up in with a little bit of truffle carpaccio and get ready to start plating this dish. So Jay's over here grabbing these fries out of the oven.
All right, I got the fries. Tyler's gonna hand me the truffle carpaccio.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get it into this bowl. It's all nice and hot.
Beautiful. So over here, you can see we got those fries out of the oven, right? And we got them in our bowl. And you see how nice and crispy they are, right?
Yeah, stunning.
And then again, they're going to be nice and fluffy on the inside. So we're going to take half of that truffle carpaccio, right? And get it in with those fries.
And any truffle salt?
Oh, yeah. You know we need to hit it with another pinch of that truffle salt. Beautiful. And then Jay's going to show you the move to toss them up, right? Make sure you season those guys up.
We got the fry toss going on here.
You got the fry toss. When you work the fry station, that is a technique. The fry toss.
You always have to make sure you taste one, too.
Yeah, you got to make sure you taste one. So go in there and taste an oven fry.
Mmm.
Mmm. Love it.
Mrs. Exotic, how is that oven fry? Miss Exotic over there.
Jennifer, how are those oven fries? Yeah, nice. Krista, beautiful. And so you see how they're really nice and crispy on the outside? Again, you got to use russet potatoes. If you ever make this, again, you got to use them. So over here, I'm at the point now with this marmalade that I got to stir it around a little bit, right, with the back of my spoon, okay? So what you want to do is you want to add the rest of that truffle carpaccio to this pan, okay? Add the rest of that carpaccio. And again, I'm on that medium-high heat, and I am so close to this being done. So Jay's going to do the honors and start plating up this lovely dish. And my marmalade will be right there.
So I'm getting a nice pile of steak fries here.
Yeah. Exactly. So Susan, we put half the carpaccio on the oven fries and the other half is inside that truffle and caramelized onion marmalade. So whenever you make steak frites, you got to make sure you have enough fries. So that's why we sent you a good amount of potatoes, right?
Correct.
Beautiful. So over here.
And you want to hit the onion jam right on top of these guys?
Oh, yeah. We'll just keep that off to the side as garnish. Nice. So, as you can see, Jay is putting those lovely flat iron steaks on the plate, right? And so over here, this onion marmalade is coming down to exactly where I want it to be, right? So, you see how it forms almost that syrup, right? And the onion starts to get, or the mixture starts to get nice and thick, right? Oh my gosh, beautiful. So what we're gonna do, once that mixture is nice and thick like that, right? And the onion is cooked, it's nice and caramelized. I'm gonna come in here and just top it on the steak. Add a last sprinkle of Balinese Truffle Salt and finish up this dish. So there you go. And we gave you plenty of this marmalade. One of the things we like to do with the sauces is just make sure you always have more than enough sauce. So come in here. Look at this marmalade over here.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Stunning.
I'm just going to lay it right on top of this steak. Classic steak frites, many times they do like a compound butter, but we want to do a really nice caramelized onion marmalade. So get a little bit of that marmalade on there. Jay's going to hit it with a final sprinkle of that Balinese truffle salt from up top. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
We'll put a little thyme back on.
Make sure you garnish that bad boy with a little bit of thyme.
Little Thyme X's.
A little Thyme X.
All right, we're going to hold this up to the camera. Let you guys check this out.
Yeah. So once you have those dishes made, show them to the camera. We want to see them. Let's see what you got.
Looks like everyone is on the final
steps over here. Fantastic job.
And so, Susan, if you have leftover marmalade, right? Roast chicken, roast pork, right? You can even put it on an omelet, okay? Goat cheese omelet, little caramelized onion marmalade, delicious.
Awesome. So while you guys are finishing those up over there, we want to chat with you guys a little bit about next week, and then we're going to show off those dishes, have business casual help us finish this out. And so next week, we're bringing back our French rolled omelet class.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so we did this class, and it was one of our top hits when we first started doing these cooking classes. People were so blown away by the technique. It was a really fun class. French rolled omelet. We'll teach you how to make the French rolled omelet, and then we're going to saute some mushrooms, stuff it with beautiful goat cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got an option. You can add some lobster on to that dish. Okay?
For that elevated experience.
And so Rachel's going to drop that link in the chat for you guys right now. And then we're also dropping the link for the rest of October. We know a lot of you guys have already blown it up, okay? But just a quick little reminder, Truffle Shuffle has been selected by Oprah to be one of her favorite things this year, okay? So you guys want to go ahead and make sure that's hitting the stands October 15th. When that hits, we have no clue what's going to happen, okay? But we want to make sure that you guys get the first opportunity to book, okay? The ones that have been supporting us to this point, okay? So you guys have the first opportunity to book. So we're dropping those links into the chat for the omelet class in all of October. And then we're also, I'm going to put my email, okay? Jason@truffleshufflesf.com. If you guys have a group of friends, a company, a family, anything at all, okay? Any group of people that you would like to do a private class with us, okay? We're going to make the greatest virtual holiday party you have ever been a part of. So hit us up for that. Angela, Joey, and Chef Aubrey want to know how much is our stock going for. Angela, that's a great question. It depends on whether a shark is asking or an investor, okay? It depends. The price varies, all right? And so with that, we're dropping that. And then, Rachel, you hit jason@truffleshufflesf.com. You guys can email me directly, and I will set you guys up for a private experience with us. We do these Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And with that, give me a thumbs up if you got that dish plated.
Yeah, let's see those dishes. Let's see how that steak frites came out.
Oh, yeah. And business casual is going to bust out a little bit of movie magic over there. And then we are going to show off some of these dishes. We got Fred Exotic. Fred, can we see that one more time? Looks like
yeah. Mr.
Thanksgiving
Exotic,
over
can
there.
we see that?
Unbelievable.
From a movie, too.
All right, guys.
Here we go. We're up.
All right, one last time. We're Business Casual, bringing you a little music to close out the night. Now, this one is a game. There are rules. Are you ready? The rules are you get a point every time you recognize what song we're singing, and you get a point every time you recognize what movie that song is from. This is a list of, this is a medley of famous songs from famous movies. All right, hope you enjoy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, and he's watching us now. It's the eye of the tiger.
'Cause I've had the time of my life. Oh, I never felt this way before.
And I swear it's the truth,
And I owe it all to you. Now I gotta cut loose, balloon, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, throw me off funny.
because I'm happy.
Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Because I'm happy.
Clap along if you know that that's what you want to do.
Wherever you are here got a friend in me.
Well, oh, well, oh, well, dum, dum.
Tell me more, tell me more. How much more did he spend? Tell me more, tell me more. Did she give me a friend? Summer dreams ripped at the seams, but those summer nights. The sky falls when it crumbles. We will stand so together at sky we can try to understand. We won't suspect or react. Whether you're a mother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive.
Under the light where everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, girl, you already know. Just imagine,
Just imagine, just imagine.
nothing like the secret when you dance. Ain't nobody leaving soon to keep dancing, dancing. All those things I shouldn't do, so just dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Got this feeling in my body. Got this feeling in my body. Whoa. Got this feeling in my body. Got this feeling in my body. Clap along. Got this feeling in my body. Can't stop the feeling.
Got this feeling in my body. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Thank you, Truffle Shuffle.
Woo!
All right, guys, give it up for business, guys. All right, drink the roast for them. Amazing, guys. We will see you next week. All of your steaks look amazing. Make sure to tag us at @truffle_SF. And then hit me up on the email, all right? We will blow up your holiday party. It will be the coolest thing ever. You'll be the coolest person the whole year, all right? I promise you that. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.